Okay, in this short video, I'm just going to walk you around the website Write About so that when it's your turn to log in and start writing, you'll know what to do. So when you log in with Google, you are going to make sure that you could check I'm a student. So you can set up a student account, log in with Google. I've already have myself set up, so I'm just going to put in sign up down here. Oh, if it ever asks you for the teacher code, sometimes it might. It's MB6197, and I'll write this on the whiteboard so that you can always have that just in case. All right, so it's going to take you to your home page, and this is just my test page, but your name should be at the top. And your drafts are what you're working on currently. You haven't published them or shared them with the class yet. This is just something you're working on, and your posts are the ones that you have published. Now, to publish your work, I have to read your work, and if I think it's something that the whole class should see, I will post it. I'm not going to post every draft that you write, but if it's something that I think the whole class would enjoy and learn something from, then I will post it to the class, and that way you can see what your peers are writing, and you can give them feedback. Some I like to say, if you give feedback to another student, to always be positive. Because we want to encourage each other as writers. So we'll just be positive and encourage them. If you don't have anything nice to say, then you don't need to say anything at all. So that's what it looks like. If you have an idea of something you already want to write, maybe you have an idea for a short story and you want to create some characters, or you feel like writing a poem today, or maybe you want to keep a daily journal, just so that you know, the only people that are going to be able to see this are you and me. Unless it's a post. If it's a draft, no one can see it. Okay, so you could write something that you don't want to share with the class, and that's fine. Just keep it in draft form. So if you want to write a post and you already have an idea, you click on that little pencil icon, and it's going to take you to a new page. You can add your own image. You can give it a title. If it's asking you to use your microphone, you can use speech to text. That's all. That's the only reason why it's asking you to allow. Um, you don't have to use the microphone if you don't want to. So I'm just going to put block because I'm not using it. This is where you put the title of what your draft is, and there you go. You start writing. Um, so that's if you already have an idea. You click save as draft, and you can come back to it the next time you're in Write About. And maybe it's I had a couple of students in years past write chapters, and they were starting a novel. So this is something they worked on all year. Or maybe you have a poem and you can publish one every day. It just depends on what you choose to write. I'm going to go back to that starting page. Okay. If you don't have an idea and you want to get some ideas, I want you today to click on ideas. And then I want you to click on ideas galleries, which is the far right button right here, the galleries. So these are the ones that I'd like you to choose from. And there's all sorts of different galleries. And I'm just going to pick, oh gosh, there's all sorts of different categories. I'm going to pick, I thought I saw one down here that interested me. Let's look at journal ideas, for example. So when you click on journal ideas, all of these prompts have to do with keeping a journal, and they all have all sorts of different questions. So there's always something a student can find that they want to write about. So this one's about define heroism. Have you witnessed or heard of a heroic event in your community? Um, Write about a fearful night, worrying about a monster under the bed, only to wake up to find this. Which animals would you most like to see in the wild? Are you a puppy? Convince the person looking at you to adopt you. So you can see that it goes on and on. So there's lots and lots and lots of ideas. And this is just the journal section. If you go back to the galleries again, you can see everything from make believe to making predictions, myths and legends, story starters, rap songs and poetry. Um, and then these happen to be the most popular ones that for all the students that are using Write About. So that's where I want you to go. And if you see an idea that you like, I'm just going to pick one real quick. Um, this one is write a poem from the perspective of a hungry baby bird. So you click on the little Write About button, and it there's the picture, and it pops up in that same type of writing template that I showed you earlier. And you just save as draft if you're not done, and you can come back and work on it. And you can have 2, 3, 4 drafts going at the same time. But make sure when you want to publish something, make sure it's your best writing. Make sure it's something that you want everyone to see, and make sure it's something that I would probably approve, because I'm, like I said, I will not be approving everything. And comments, just so that you know, when we start to publish work and you give comments, I also will decide what comments can be posted and which ones can't be. I want the comments to be productive and positive. If it's anything silly, I won't be sharing it. It'll just be something that just sits in your Write About account. This is not meant to be a place for you to just be silly. I want you to really practice your writing skills, your story writing, your poetry writing. Maybe you're writing something that's like a nonfiction piece and you're doing a little research. This is meant to be fun, but it's also academic. So when you're writing, you're practicing your best writing skills. Okay. So that's how it works. And when it's time for you to do this today in class, just make sure you log in with Google. You can start your own project, or I want you to go to the ideas galleries and look at some of the different galleries that have been created and choose an idea from there. All right. Happy writing.